Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. If you are preparing for OpenShift, Kubernetes, Linux or DevOps interviews, you are in the right place. On this channel, I shared real-time production scenario, troubleshooting guides, interview questions, and hands-on demonstration based on industry experience. In today's video, we will explore OpenShift secret types, real troubleshooting production issues, and interview focus troubleshootings. Let's get started. Today we learn OpenShift types of secret. In OpenShift or Kubernetes, secrets are usually used to secure store sensitive information such as password, API key, token, SSH and TLS certificate. Application can consume secret as a environment variables or mounted file. So this is the short description. Why we use the OpenShift types of secret? Because that secret stored your secure data, your sensitive information like password, API keys, token, SSH or TLX certificate and many more. To store these sensitive information, we use the secrets. So here there are few types of secrets in OpenShift. First we see Opaque. This is the default one. What is the purpose? To store attributary key value pairs, means username, password, database credential. For this purpose, we use Opaque secret types. Second one, basic authentication. It store username and password. These are the purpose. It is used for the web application login credential. Third one is SSH auth. The purpose of this, store SSH private key. For example, your Git repository SSH authentication. Then we go to the TLS, that is your SSL certification. The purpose of TLS is store TLS certificate and private keys. For example, HTTPS routes and web servers. Then next one is Docker config JSON. The purpose of this secret is store container registry credentials. For example, pull images from private registry like QA or Docker Hub. To pulling the image, for that we required a Docker config JSON secret. Next one is service account -token. The purpose of this, store a service account token. For example, it used for pod authentication to the Kubernetes API. And last one is token, bootstrap io/token. This is used for bootstrap token for joining nodes. For example, cluster bootstrapping that is rarely used directly by admins. So these are the types of secrets. We see that one by one secret in the detail. First one is Opaque Secret, most commonly used in OpenShift. Why we use Opaque Secret? It used to store custom sensitive data. How we can store? So with the help of OC create secret generic than your secret name db-secret from literal is equal to username is equal to admin from literal is equal to password is equal to your red at 123. So these are the custom secrets we are using to store the sensitive data. After creating this custom secret, then we verify that with the help of OC-get secret command that secret is created or not. My secret name is db-secret. Then you can check the describe command OC describe secret db-secret name. When you hit the enter in that describe command, you will see database username and password, API keys and application credential. So here when you are creating the custom secret, then you can describe your secret data, and with the help of describe command you can see what is username, API key and application credential store inside the your db-secret data. Second is basic authentication secret. Why we use the basic authentication secret? It store a username and password in a standard format. How it can store? With the help of OC create secret generic basic auth secret. This is my secret name. Then type is equal to kubernetes.io/basic auth. Then from literal is equal to username, your username, from literal is equal to password and your password name. So why we use this basic authentication secret? Because it is used for web application and REST API is running the basic authentication. For this purpose, we are using the basic authentication secret. Third one is SSH authentication secret. It store SSH private key with the help of OC create secret generic SSH-secret type is equal to kubernetes.io/ssh-auth. Then hyphen hyphen from hyphen file is equal to SSH hyphen private key is equal to ID hyphen RSA. With the help of this command, we can set the SSH authentication secret. It is used for accessing private Git repository and SSH based authentication. Any kind of SSH based authentication, we can use the SSH authentication secret. Fourth one is TLS secret. It store SSL or TLS certificate and private key. With the help of OC create secret TLS hyphen secret, this is my secret name, hyphen hyphen cert is equal to TLS dot cert, this is your file name, hyphen hyphen key is equal to TLS hyphen key. It is used for OpenShift route, ingress controller and HTTPS application. For that purpose, we use the TLS secret. Then we are using the Docker registry secret. Why we use the Docker registry secret? Because it stores the credentials for pulling images from a private container registry. How it can pull? OC create secret Docker registry, your Docker registry secret name. What is your secret name? My hyphen registry hyphen secret. Then hyphen hyphen docker hyphen server is equal to qa.io. This is your image registry name. Then hyphen hyphen docker is equal hyphen username is equal to your username. Then hyphen hyphen docker hyphen password is equal to your password and your email IDs. That is docker hyphen email is equal to user@example.com. And after that, attach it to the default service account. How we will do? With the help of OC secret link default your secret name my hyphen registry hyphen secret hyphen hyphen for is equal to pull. With the help of this command, you can link your service account. What is the purpose? We are using Docker registry secret. We are using that secret to pull the private image from QA, Docker Hub, or Harbor. From this website, we have to pull the images. That's why we are using the Docker registry secret. Sixth one is service account token secret. It automatically created by OpenShift for service account. How we can see? With the help of OCGet SA command, we can see the service account and OC describe SA default. It will show us the pod authenticating to the Kubernetes API servers. So for this reason, service account token is created inside the OpenShift. Let's talk about this secret for interview perspectives. Which secret types are commonly used in production? Opaque, used for application credential, most commonly used in OpenShift. TLS, SSL certificate for secure communication. Docker registry, pulling image from private registries. SSH auth, accessing private Git repository. Basic authentication, used for username password authentication. And service account token, pod authentication to the Kubernetes API server. So these are the secrets commonly used in production. Now talk about the real time example, that scenario based. Suppose database username and password you have to use. Which type of secret do you prefer? We are preferring the opaque type of secret. Then suppose your application using HTTPS method, then you are using the TLS secret type. You have to pull the image from private QA registry. For that you are using the Docker registry. Clone code from a private Git repository, you are using the SSH auth secrets type. Then authenticate to a REST API using username and password, you are using the basic authentication secret. Then last, pod accessing the Kubernetes APIs, for that you are using service account token. So these are the secret types we are using based on the scenario. For the interview perspective, in OpenShift, the most commonly used secret types are opaque, TLS, Docker registry, SSH authentication, basic authentication, and service account token. So these secret types commonly used in the OpenShift. In production, opaque secrets are typically used for application credentials. TLS secrets for HTTPS certificate. Docker registry secrets using for pulling private images, and service account token used for secure communication with the Kubernetes APIs. For this reason, we are using the different type of secrets. Then our first scenario is application cannot connect to the database. A developer says the application is failing to connect to the database after deployment. Then, what parameters do you check for the why that application pod cannot connect to the database? First, we check the pod status with the help of OCGet pod command. In that pod, we found that the failing pod image. With the help of this pod, we can find out the log with OC logs and that failing pod name. Then we check the OCGate secrets what secrets we are using for this pod, and use OC describe deployment and that deployment name. So these are the basic checks. Then we verify the secret with the help of OC describe secret and your secret name, that is db-secret. Then check the environment variables with the help of OC set env deployment slash deployment name hyphen list. With the help of this command, we can find the proper environment variables. Then we check that the common reason why application pod not connect to the database. The common reason is wrong database password, secret not mounted, incorrect secret name, wrong secret key. These are the common name. Then how we can prefer this interview perspective? First, verify whether the secret exists and is correctly referred by the deployment. Then I check if the pod is receiving the expected environment variables or mounted secret files and review the application logs for authentication errors. So these are the checks we follow when pod fails to connect the database server. Second is image pullback off due to private registry. Pods remain in image pull backup. How we can check? First, we describe that pod with the help of OC describe pod name. The example of failed to pull image authentication required. How we can verify? We will verify with the help of OC get secret and OC describe as a default. In this command, we will find out why that pod is failing image. How we can fix? We can fix this. Link the pull secret with the help of OC secret link default my hyphen registry hyphen secret hyphen for a pull, and then restart the deployment with the help of OC rollout restart deployment and your deployment name. With the help of this, you can fix your pod image pull backup error. How we can prepare for the interview purpose? We verify that the image pull secret exists, is linked to a service account, and that the registry credentials are valid. So with the help of we can prepare. Third one is secret updated but application still use old password. How we can troubleshoot? First, we check the secret with the help of OC get secret, your secret name, that is db-secret-o YAML. In that YAML file, you can see your database related things like username, password, and your port. With the help of describe command, OC describe pod and pod name, you can find out the logs into the event section. Why your application pods are failed. The reason is pods don't automatically reload the secret when consumed as a environment variables. For that, we have to restart the deployment with the help of OC rollout restart deployment and your deployment name. Why we have to restart the deployment? Because we update our secrets. It's depending on the database username and password. So when you are updating your secrets, then that pod not automatically restart or reload it to reflect that changes. For that, we have to manually restart our deployment. After restart that deployment, your pod get into a ready state. Prepare for interview effectively. After updating the secrets, I restart the deployment so the pod pick up the new secret values based on the secret changes. Fourth one is TLS certificate expired. User cannot access the application. The browser shows net error-cert-date-invalid. How we can check? With the help of OC get secret and OC describe secret my TLS. With the help of this, we can check our TLS certificate is expired or not. Can verify the route with the help of OC get route command. How you will fix the TLS secret? Create a new TLS secret with the help of OC create secret TLS. Your TLS name my hyphen TLS hyphen hyphen cert. The TLS hyphen cert certificate name hyphen hyphen key is equal to TLS hyphen key. With the help of this, you can update your routes. Then scenario number 5, secret accidentally deleted. What you will do? Someone deleted the secret. Because of that deletion, pod start failing. First we check OC get secret. Which secrets are not present in that secret list? Then we check the event of this pod with the help of OC events and that pod name, or you can check the description or describe log with the help of OC describe and then pod name. You will see the example like secret db hyphen secret not found. These are your secret name. Then how you will fix that? Recreate the secret. How you can recreate the secret? With the help of OC create secret generic db hyphen secret. This is your secret name hyphen hyphen from hyphen literal is equal to username hyphen is equal to admin hyphen hyphen from hyphen literal is equal to password, then your password. and restart your fail pods. With the help of this, you can recreate your secret if your secret accidentally deleted. How you will get the information? With the help of OC describe pod and your pod name. That fail pod give you the information that user which secret accidentally deleted. Then scenario number 6, secret mounted but file missing. Application cannot find /etc secret and password path. How we will check? First, we will find out that fail pod and then we check OCEXEC-T pod name space hyphen hyphen space ls/etc/secret. With the help of this command, you will check your password file is present or not. Then check the describe of that deployment with the help of OC describe deployment. In that event section, that common cause you will find out wrong mount path, wrong secret name, wrong key, and volume not mounted. These are the common reason you will find out. Scenario number 7. Application cannot access Kubernetes APIs. Application receives unauthorized. That is the error. How we will check? With the help of OC describe as a default and OC get secret. With the help of this, we find out what issues coming in the event section. Then verify the role binding with the help of OC get role binding. Why we check the role binding? Because that application receives unauthorized means there are something related to the authorization. So first we check that role binding is properly given or not with the help of OC get role binding and give the appropriate permission for that application pod. Then scenario number 8, wrong secret reference. Deployment YAML contains your original secret name is db-secret-pod. Sorry, your secret name is db-secret-prod and your actual secret is db-secret. Because of mismatch of secret pod is failed. How you will check? With the help of OC describe pod. In that pod you will see secret not found. So you have to fix your YAML file and you have to give the proper secret name in that YAML file. Then scenario number 9, base 64 decoding issues. Developer store Oracle 123 password, but application read your base 64 encoded password. Here you don't know that base 64 encoded password, what password that application stored inside that base 64 method. We have to identify this issue, first we will check OC get secret db hyphen secret. This is your secret name hyphen o YAML. In that YAML file, you will see that encoded password. How you can decode this password? With the help of echo, then your encoded password pipe base64-d. With the help of this command, you will get Oracle 123 decoded password or something else password. Then you have to figure out and change this password accordingly. Then scenario number 10. Application cannot find secrets like wrong namespace. The developer reports that the application is failing to start with the following errors. The error is error colon secret. The deployment is running in the production namespace. How you will identify this issue? Step 1. Check the pod events with the help of OC describe pods pod name hyphen n production. This is your namespace. When you type OC describe pod name hyphen n namespace, then you will see the warning of fail mount volume setup failed for volume db secret and secret db hyphen secret not found. Like this, you can found the error. Then check the logs with the help of OC logs pod name hyphen n your namespace. Then second step is search for the secret with the help of OC get secret hyphen capital A pipe grep db hyphen secret. Why we use capital A? Because that capital A points to the all namespace. So when we use OC get secret hyphen capital A, then pipe grep db secret, so that grep command will search db secret to all namespace present inside the OpenShift. After that, you will get the beautiful output like dev and db hyphen secret. So in the dev namespace, that db secret is present. Third step is verify the deployment namespace with the help of OC get deployment hyphen n and your namespace, or OC gets pod hyphen n and namespace. Output confirms that the application is running in the production or dev namespace. With the help of this command, we can verify your pod running on which deployment namespace. How you will find out the root cause? We will find out like this. Secrets are namespace scope resource. A pod running in the production namespace cannot access the secret stored in the dev namespace. Kubernetes or OpenShift does not allow sharing secret across the namespace. So these are the root cause. Now for this, what is the solution? The recommended solution is create the secret in the production namespace. Export the secret from the dev namespace. How you can export? With the help of OCGate secret db-secret-n dev namespace-o YAML, then redirect your db-secret.yaml file. Edit the YAML file and remove the below these fields like namespace, resource version, UID, creation timestamp and manage field. Then apply it to the production namespace with the help of OC apply-f db-secret.yaml-n production. With the help of this, you can export your DB secret credential from dev to production environment. These are the recommended solution. Solution number 2 is create the secret manually. How you will do? With the help of OC create secret generic your secret name, that is db-secret. Then hyphen from literal is equal to username, hyphen from literal is equal to password, and give your namespace -n production. With the help of this, you can create your secret inside the production namespace. Then verify with the help of OCGate secrets -n production. Then verify the pod OCGate pods -n production. Once you verify the pod and that pod not showing into the ready state, then if required, restart the deployment. How you can restart the deployment? With the help of OC rollout restart deployment/deployment name and your namespace. Then check the application pod logs, OC logs, pod name -n, your namespace. The application should now start successfully. So these are the steps you have to follow when you have to export your secrets from one namespace to another namespace. How to prepare for interview effectively? The interviewer: why can't a pod access a secret from another namespace? Your answer is secrets are namespace specific resource in OpenShift or Kubernetes. A pod can only reference secrets that exist in the same namespace. If the secret is created in another namespace, Kubernetes returns a secret cannot found that error. The correct solution is to create or copy the secret into the namespace where the application is deployed. So these are the answer. In real-time production environment, if you move application from dev to UAT or production, always verify that the following resources exist in the target namespace. Before deployment, you have to verify the secrets, config map, service account, image pool secret, and PVC. This is the common cause of deployments failure in the production environment. For the interview perspective, a production application suddenly start failing after a database password change. Developer claims they update the secrets, but the application still cannot connect. How would you troubleshoot? First, check the pod logs with the help of OC logs pod and your namespace. Then verify the secret. OC get secret db-secret-o YAML. Then confirm the deployment references the correct secret with the help of OC describe deployment and your deployment name. Then verify the secret is mounted or injected as a environment variables with the help of OC describe pod and pod name. If a secret is consumed as environment variables, restart the deployment. How you can restart? With the help of OC rollout, restart deployment and your deployment name. Confirm the application connects successful after the new pod start. These are the kinds of real world production scenario commonly discussed in OpenShift Administrator, Kubernetes Administrator, and DevOps Engineer interviews question. I hope this session helps you to prepare for your OpenShift Administrator, Kubernetes Administrator, and DevOps interviews. Practice these commands in your lab environment because hands-on experience is the key to mastering the OpenShift. If this video added value, please like, share and subscribe to the channel and turn on the notification so you don't miss the upcoming real-time production troubleshooting videos. See you in the next one. Thank you for watching. Bye bye.